Hello everyone, Tim and Game here, and today I have the pleasure of bringing you some Black Ops 2 gameplay, finally. Now the game I'm showing you is my very first online game on Black Ops 2. It's a Plaza 6v6 domination game, and I am using the mercenary default class, which is the M27 assault rifle if I'm accurate. But I really want to start this video by apologising for not being able to upload yesterday. I pre-ordered Black Ops 2 through Amazon. I paid the £5 extra to get a guaranteed release day delivery, and they completely let me down. They didn't deliver it. Fortunately enough, I managed to get the refund for the failed delivery, so I've got my £5 back for them being completely incompetent. And eventually today in the morning, I got Black Ops 2, and I have to say, my first impressions are absolutely awesome. I've played about 3 hours I've just come off now to record this. I played about 3 hours just in a two-man party with James, and who's PBJ, by the way. You've seen him plenty of times in my commentaries if you've watched me regularly. And we were unbeaten, you know, we got on a great streak, got loads of good gameplay, and just that initial feeling of playing a new Call of Duty. It's really difficult to beat that in gaming, because I absolutely love Call of Duty. I've been a fan of Call of Duty for years, since COD 4 really was when I really got into the series. But I have to say, the first impressions of this game are amazing. It just feels great, you know, that initial feel of how you move and how the weapons react. And I have to say that the changes that they seem to have implemented have worked amazingly well. And the first thing that I really have noticed is a clear definition between assault rifles and submachine guns. You know, you saw in pretty much every previous Call of Duty, you could get away with using an assault rifle any way you wanted. You could charge around corners and be super aggressive, but equally if you sat back, it would be great at head glitching people from across the map. Not anymore. If you use an assault rifle and you go into a building and run into someone with an SMG, you're gonna die. Because SMGs are absolutely fantastic at close range. But on the other side of the coin, if you go back to like the UMP in Modern Warfare 2 or the MP7 in Modern Warfare 3, those weapons were unbelievable at long range for an SMG. I mean, some of them, I think they were a 3-bullet kill, the UMP was, at all ranges, and that is completely gone now. SMGs have a lot more recoil, they're a lot weaker, and they have a lot more substantial damage drop-off. So if you turn the corner and run into a guy with an SMG, you're going to kill him. But if you turn the corner and see a guy at the other end of the corridor, unless you're super accurate or the guy has an aim fail, you're going to die. And I feel that that balance is really good. And you know, each weapon has got its own distinct role now, and that's a really good thing in my opinion, because it was a little bit too easy just to wreck shop with the assault rifle in previous CODs. But you know, I haven't played all the maps yet, but the ones I have seen very balanced. And the great thing is there's a lot more linear objectives in this game than there was in Modern Warfare 3. And what I mean by that is, in Modern Warfare 3 you got quite a few maps with triangular objectives. So for example, Hard Hat. In Domination, there's not a clear path, so A and B and C are all in a triangle shape. They make a triangle shape, and what this means is you've got a lot of objective rotation. So throughout the game, you pretty much capture every single objective, and there were absolutely tons of flag captures. It wasn't hard to get a flag capture. Now what you're seeing is you're seeing A and C dom on opposite sides of the map, and a B dom in the middle, and it's quite a long way to flank round and capture an external objective. And what this means is there's a lot more combat in and around B dom. You know, B dom is an absolute focal point for the battles in Domination, and I absolutely love that. But at the same time, the great thing is there doesn't seem to be any real massively overpowered power positions, because in some maps in the past you get that one head glitch spot that was absolutely unbeatable, and if you got someone in there with decent aim and a good weapon, he could just go on a monstrous tear. And it isn't like that. For example, you can see in this gameplay here, while there are lots of spots that cover the flag, they're quite exposed, or if you look one way, your back's open. For example, in this position here, I'm looking at the flag, but enemies can come around very easily and flank me, and it relies on really good teamwork to get that flag locked down. And by giving you more points for a B flag cap like they do in this game, it really does make people focus on that B dom objective, and I love that. But The other game type that I've tried and enjoyed is Hardpoint, and this is sort of a King of the Hill headquarters domination tie-in game where it all mashes those 3 game modes together. And if you guys haven't tried that out, I strongly recommend it because I thought it was very, very enjoyable. And basically what that is, you've got one objective, a central objective that moves around. And if your team holds it, you earn points towards a victory total, which isn't too hard to remember. But the great thing is, when you do hold it, your team doesn't have a respawn delay like they do in headquarters. And the enemy team and your team can continuously do battle over it. So that's another fantastic game mode. And it, again, encourages people to go and rush out and go for those objectives. And the objective point scoring in this game is brilliant. I massively like the fact that you get properly rewarded now for shooting stuff down, for helping your teammates out as well, because you get loads of points for UAV assists. That is just an unbelievable addition to the game, because in previous CODs there's a massive focus on kills. I mean, very, very few people used to run UAVs in previous CODs, because what was the point when you could run a Predator, Harrier, Chopper Gunner in Modern Warfare 2, and if you got your Predator missile, it was quite often those 3 kill streaks would go and get you 50 kills some of the time. So that got a little ridiculous. But the thing that I think they've got really, really nicely balanced here is if you want to go and be that kill whore and be the slayer and go off and try and do it that way, you can do. But if you can do that and capture objectives, you're going to get vastly more points, you're going to get higher scores, you're going to win more games. And finally, I think COD has got the balance right. Just on first impressions, because first impressions can often be misleading. You know, a great example is Hutch, who most of you guys have heard of. He released a video on pretty much release day or the day after Modern Warfare 2 was released, saying how he thought it was a perfect game and had finally got it. And then as the game span began to pan out, you began to unearth like the one-man army, noob tubing, and a lot of very, very filthy tactics in that game that ruined it for me. But on first impressions, it seems like Black Ops 2 does a lot of things very, very well, and that's something that I'm absolutely thrilled about, and just the little things that Treyarch do as well. Because in Call of Duties in the past, it was a nightmare to mute people, and I know this sounds like a very, very small thing, but when you used to go into a lobby and spend 30 seconds muting people when they were screaming down your headsets, giving you earache, now it's just 2 buttons, hit square, hit X, boom, everyone apart from your party is muted, and you can actually have a conversation. Just little things like that that Infinity Ward don't pick up on, Treyarch always seem to do. And I really enjoyed my COD session on Black Ops 2 today, and I haven't been able to say that about a Call of Duty session in a long, long time. And all of the little niggly criticisms that I'd heard on Twitter, so for example, a couple of people have been saying, oh, UAV spam, there's so many UAVs up in the air, you can't do anything, you can't move around. You know, the SMOR is unlockable from level 0. And that's all it takes to shoot a UAV down. So if an enemy calls a UAV up, just shoot it down with your SMOR. You know, it actually rewards people who play objectives, who shoot down kill streaks, who support their team, and I think that's brilliant. But I just wanted to ask you guys what your first impressions were as well, because you've only experienced such a tiny part of the game, and I'm not saying for a second that I know everything about Black Ops 2. I'm going to be surprised for weeks to come, and that's the great thing about diving into a new Call of Duty. Even with all of the footage that gets released first and the analysis of trailers and what little gameplay people have before, there's still so much to go out and find out about, and that's why I love the first month and a half, 2 months of any new Call of Duty game. Because there's so much to find out, there's so many different weapons to try and classes to experiment with, and with this new great 10-point class system, there's even more permutations than ever before. So I think it's going to take even longer in this game to nail down what the good classes are, and I think there's going to be so many different counters for different things that you're not going to have that unbelievably cheesy tactic like the one-man army noob tubes or the ACR in Modern Warfare 3, and that's something I'm very, very looking forward to seeing. But if you guys have any of your favourite loadouts, if you have any first impressions or ideas or thoughts about the game, I'd be really, really interested in hearing them, and if you could post a comment, I'll read them all and I'll try to reply to as many as possible. But, you know, this was my first game in Black Ops 2. I think I did alright. You know, me and James ended up winning the game for us. Pretty comprehensive domination win. on a very, very good, well-balanced map, and that's a great thing because Black Ops 2 for me, on my first impressions, has done so many things right, and I can't wait to dive on and experience even more about the game. But guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, it'd make a big difference to me and the channel once again if you could rate it, because like I've been saying many times now, that makes it much easier to find for new people trying to find the channel and the video, so hopefully more people can see it and enjoy it. But once again guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you're really enjoying Black Ops 2. I certainly am, and as always, have a great day.